Today we are going to look at the APA citation style and how to use it for your academic work. Before beginning, let's get an understanding of what is meant by a citation style. Citation styles are standards for writing and publishing professional papers. The style used depends on the discipline or academic area of the topic and what your instructor requires. Academic areas that use different styles of citations include the social sciences, humanities, and the hard sciences, to name a few. There are many different citation styles available. For example, MLA or Modern Language Association, Chicago style, Turabian style, APA or American Psychological Association, and the IEEE or Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Note that some citation styles may be used in more than one area. Why do we use citations? There are several reasons why we use citations in our academic work. To give credit for the work of others, to help avoid plagiarism, which can lead to serious consequences, both academic and legal, and to easily help your readers identify the sources you used and where they are used in your paper. Why do we use citation styles? Specific citation styles are used for several reasons. They help to establish consistency, structure, and tone in your written works. They help with clarity, credibility, and uniformity when you are discussing a topic. And because citation styles reflect agreed upon standards between experts within a particular discipline, they establish clear directions for how sources should be formatted and how they should appear visually. This tutorial will focus on the APA style. APA stands for the American Psychological Association. This particular citation style is used mainly in the social sciences, such as psychology, economics, political science, human geography, and sociology. Keep in mind that using the APA style correctly and consistently is not just about citing your sources correctly. APA style also concerns many elements that are important when writing in a specific discipline, such as the formatting and selection of headings, tone, and length, punctuation and abbreviations, presentation of numbers and statistics included in your paper, the construction of tables and figures used in your research, and using APA correctly goes beyond your college level work. For example, journal publishing requires standardized formatting. Any articles you may publish must be submitted to editors with accurate citation formatting. Also, once you leave school and enter the workforce, many companies and organizations may require official reports, studies, summaries, and other official documents to be written and cited in the APA format. So what do citations in the APA format look like? It really depends on the source that you are citing. All citations will have basic information: the author or authors' names, title of the work, the date and place of publication, and page numbers if the original document uses them. But depending on the type of source that you're using, you may also need additional elements, such as the URL, volume or issue number, format of the source, DOI number, and so on. Typical sources you may want to consult for your academic paper include journal articles, either print or online from a database, books, either in print or e-formats, newspaper articles, again either in print or from an online source, websites, or films or movies such as documentaries. But sources that are becoming more common, however, include non-traditional materials such as blog posts, social media elements such as tweets, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, Snapchat, and the like, podcasts, and emails. So it's important to know that all these sources will contain the basic information, but many will need additional elements included in the citation. There are two types of citations to be aware of: references and in-text citations. Let's look first at reference citations. References appear at the end of your paper. This will be the list of sources that you consulted. Reference citations include all the required information about the source and are listed alphabetically by author's last name. Here's an example of a typical reference list and the standard format. Notice that the title references is at the top of the page and centered. Don't use bold, underlined, or quotation marks. Citations are listed in alphabetical order by the author's last name. If there's more than one author, use the name listed first in the original work. If there is no author listed, for example, a website, use the title of the document or the page you are using and alphabetize by the first letter. Citations are double spaced between lines. Do not triple space in between citations. Citations are formatted with what we call a hanging indent. This means the first line of the citation starts at the left margin, and each line that follows for the citation is indented 5 spaces. Microsoft Word can automatically format hanging indents. More on that near the end of this tutorial. Formatting and punctuation counts when using APA or any other citation style. Spacing, parentheses, italics, and capitalization all matter and are important. Let's break it down with a sample citation. Kruger's magazine article used as a source for a paper. An APA style guide tells us that we need the following elements for proper citation: author, title, publication date, what publication it appeared in, the volume and issue number, and the page numbers. Now, let's put it together in APA style. The author's name comes first. Last name, first initial, followed by a period. Next, the publication date in parentheses, the 4-digit year separated from the month and day with a comma. Next comes the title. Capitalize only the first letter of the title, and the other words will be in lowercase. The exceptions are proper nouns or if there's a subtitle. As you can see in our example, the proper nouns Mary, Shelley, and Frankenstein are capitalized because they are proper nouns. This article also has a subtitle, separated from the main title with a colon. The word on is capitalized because it is the first word of the subtitle, so capitalization starts over. Next, the publication name. Names of publication are placed in italics. Our example includes a subtitle of the company name, so we include that as well, also in italics. Next, the volume number and issue number. The volume number appears in italics and the issue number appears in parentheses with no space between the volume number. The issue number is not placed in italics. Finally, the page numbers are listed. If there is a range, numbers are separated by a hyphen. Page numbers, even single ones, are followed by a period. Now let's talk about in-text citations. In-text citations appear in the body of your paper. These citations are abbreviated. They serve as signals to your readers when you are using a source. They point to the full citation in your references list. Generally speaking, in-text citations will include only the author's last name, the publication year, and page number, if applicable. We sometimes call these inline citations or parenthetical citations because they appear in parentheses. In-text citations can be a little tricky because how they appear depends on how the source is used in your work. Let's look at an example using a journal article. Here's a citation already formatted in the APA style. Note that this article has multiple authors, so it looks a little different from our previous example. Let's say that we want to paraphrase an idea or use a direct quote from the article. If the author's name is not used when making a direct quote, the in-text citation must include the author's last names, separated by commas, followed by the publication year and page number the quote appears, all in parentheses. Note also that the direct quote is in quotation marks, and the final period is outside the last parenthesis. If you are paraphrasing the author's name is not used in your statement, the in-text citation also includes the author's last names and publication date, but omits the page number. In contrast, if you're referencing the author's name when making a direct quote, the in-text citation looks a little different. Place the publication date followed by a comma and the page number in parentheses. Again, notice the quotation mark since we're using a direct quote, and the ending period falls outside the parentheses. Finally, when paraphrasing a passage without using the author's last name, the in-text citation only requires the publication date in parentheses, omitting the page number. As a good rule of thumb for in-text citations, you must include the page number if you are using a direct quote, but leave out the page number if you are paraphrasing. To make things easier for building and organizing your APA citations, try some of these resources. For general questions, examples, and tips, visit the American Psychological Association's website, the Purdue Online Writing Lab's website, plagiarism.org, and the NAU Library Subject Guides, accessible through the North American University Library's website. There are many free citation builders and managing tools available. Visit the Citation Machine, bibme.org, and NightCite. Please note that NightCite currently does not automatically format in-text citations. If you're using Microsoft Office products to write your papers, Microsoft Office Word versions 2007 and newer have an onboard citation builder and management feature. However, be sure to double check for accuracy. Older versions of Word may be out of date for current citation style standards. Also, the NAU Library subscription databases, such as EBSCO and ProQuest, have citations already pre-formatted for other resources, including journal articles, reports, ebooks, and so on. Check with the NAU Library for details, or consult database help guides for using citations. Watch formatting when using these or any citation builders, as they are not foolproof. Always consult a current style guide for the best results. Here's some final tips and suggestions when working with APA style. Always consult your professor or instructor on which style to use. Check your syllabus. The NAU Library has style books for APA and several other citation styles in our reference section. Hanging indents. Office Word can do this for you automatically. Here's how to do it step by step. Start with the citation you want to format and highlight the text. Next, find the paragraph section in the toolbar and click the expander to open the paragraph dialog box. Under the indentation section, look for the special pull-down menu. Next, change the selection to hanging and click OK. Now your citation will be formatted with a hanging indent. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the NAU Library directly at 832-481-3816 or by email at gchaffee@na.edu.